know what happened. Whoo, salam alaikum, everyone. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Wa alaikum salam.
Man, we were up here just talking and talking and talking. We don't with the wow.
Thank you, brother Arzine.
Yes, thank you for
Had
saying
you
that.
not,
We were having a broadcast.
had you not put that in the chat, we would have kept talking, thinking that we were being live here.
Yes, we thought we were live. Oh my god.
We could.
Wow. Is that crazy?
That's crazy.
All right. We'll
Thank
do
you.
it again.
Thank you, Sister Caprice.
Yeah. That's
Sound like
crazy.
tomorrow.
All right. Woo.
Well, alhamdulillah.
Yeah. That was crazy. Man, we were just talking and talking and talking.
Right.
All right. Which way you want to go? Which way you want to go?
Okay. Well, I mean, you can. You could go back from the beginning, and actually, brother Arzine putting that text in the box is a good segue because you said in the beginning is that we're answering brother Arzine's question that he had
Yes.
a month or so ago. So this is
Yes.
actually a good segue. So alhamdulillah for that.
Yes. All right. Do you want to go into the other stuff and come back to it, or
No,
just
I
keep
think I think we probably need to start from the beginning because they
doing it?
they didn't hear any of this nothing that we said. Alhamdulillah.
Oh man, that is crazy.
No
That's
problem.
crazy. All right, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it again. Half of it again. All right, so Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope everybody having a good Ramadan. Hope everybody's having a good Sabbath. I hope everybody's health is good. Assalamu alaikum, Noah. How you doing?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
All right. Now, what we're gonna talk about today? What is let me see. Did Abraham keep the Passover? Did Abraham keep the Passover? And this is the second part is just gonna be. It's gonna be just like a prequel to the Hajj, the big Hajj thing. All right, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the Hajj thing. All right, but the second part is we're gonna dabble into the Hajj. First part: did Abraham keep the Passover? Now, brother Arzine, I don't know what I told you, but I apologize. I am human, but Allah is the great. Today we're gonna figure out if Ibrahim kept the Passover. If Ibrahim kept the Passover, that means it is a part of the religion of Ibrahim. No, you got that first verse ready for me?
Yes, I do.
All right, share
I
your screen.
my screen. And just while I'm sharing my screen, the question was, is the Passover just for Israelites?
Right.
Wasn't that the question?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going back to Jubilee chapter
No, I
7.
need you to go to the Quran
Okay.
about the religion of Abraham.
Okay, gotcha.
Start it off like that.
All right. That was Quran 2. Was that Quran 2?
I don't remember the ayat. If you can't remember it, we can move on. You good?
Well, that's a good verse for sure.
Yeah, it's a good verse to start off with.
Right.
And we might can end it. We can end it with it. Let's end it with that verse if you can't find it.
Let me stop sharing my screen for a
Then
second.
we're going Ibrahim. Arguing with Ibrahim about his Lord. Consider him who argued with it. Nah, that's not it. Let's just roll it. Let's just keep going. Jubilee, chapter 17, verse 15.
All right.
All right, we're gonna do a little math now. We're gonna do a little math. You gotta make sure you're paying attention. We're gonna find out that Ibrahim keep the Sabbath. Let's do it.
All right. All right. So Jubilee chapter 17. All right. It says, and it came to pass in the 7th week and in the first year thereof, in the first month in this Jubilee, on the 12th of this month, there were voices in heaven regarding Abraham.
Pause it. What month? What month are they in? Not us, but what month are they in?
They are in the first month, which is the month of Abib.
The month of Abib, the first month. What day?
And right now, it says it came to pass in the 7th week, the first year, the first month, the 12th. So the 12th month, this is happening. The
All right,
voices
that's
in
day
heaven,
one.
the 12th of the month.
All right, remember that. Keep going.
Okay, that he was faithful in all that he told him, that he loved the Lord, and that in every affliction he was faithful. And the prince Mastema came and said before God, behold, Abraham loves Isaac his son, and he delights in him above all things else. Bid him offer as a burnt offering on the altar, and thou wilt see if he will do this command.
So this
And
is like the Job type thing. Keep going.
all right. And thou wilt know if he is faithful in everything therein thou dost try him. And the Lord knew that Abraham was faithful in all his afflictions, for he had tried him through his country and with famine. And he had tried him with the wealth of kings, and had tried him through his wife, when she was torn from him, and with circumcision, and tried him through Ishmael and Hagar, his maidservant, when he sent them away. And in everything wherein he had tried him, he was found faithful, and his soul was not impatient. He was not slow to act, for he was faithful and a lover of the Lord.
I don't want to get off track, but that's some good stuff. Hold on. That's some good stuff right there. He was not impatient. Look at all the stuff he been through. Famine. None of us, I don't even think we live in America. We never really went through no serious real famine. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
His wife. I mean, Pharaoh was about to ravish his wife. That's crazy. Circumcision, that hurts. Ishmael, he loved Ishmael.
right,
He probably loved Hagar.
right.
I mean, I ain't gonna say probably. He loved Hagar. Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? If he can go through all of that, we got the same blood going through our veins. You know, we can go through the trials and tribulations that we go through. All right, let's move on. Remember, first month, 12th day. 12th day is the first day. Keep going. 18. Please.
Oh, okay, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Chapter 18.
Okay. All right. And God said to him, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, behold, here am I. And he said, take thy beloved son, whom thou lovest, even Isaac, and go unto the high country, and offer him on one of the mountains, which I will point out unto thee. And he rose early in the morning and saddled his ass, and took his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood of the burnt offering. And he went to the place on the 3rd day, and he saw the place afar off. And he
12,
came.
13, 12, 13, 14. Keep going. Keep going. 3rd day. Keep going.
Oh, okay. And he came to a well of water, and he said to his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad shall go yonder. And when we have worshipped, we shall come again to you. And he took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Isaac his son. And he took his hand, the fire and the knife, And they went both of them together to that place. And Isaac said to his father, Father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said unto him, Behold, the fire and the knife and the wood. But where is the sheep for the burnt offering, father? And he said, God will provide for himself a sheep for a burnt offering, my son. And he drew near to the place of the mount of God. And he
Pause
built.
it. Pause it. Real quick, I noticed something. Look at look at the people, the two young men that was with Ibrahim.
Mhm.
He told them to go off and do what?
He told him to go off, and that him and his son was going to go worship.
What did he? Okay, go ahead. 8
I didn't hear
and
you.
8.
Okay. And he built an altar. I'm sorry. And he built an altar, and he placed the wood on the altar, and bound Isaac his son, and placed him on the wood which was upon the altar, and stretched forth his hand to take the knife to slay Isaac his son. And I stood before him, and before the prince Mastema,
Who
and
is
the
I?
Lord. That's an angel.
Sounds like Quranic language.
Mhm.
We're going.
And before the prince Mastema. And the Lord said, Bid him not to lay his hand on the lad, nor do anything to him, for I have shown that he fears the Lord. And I called to him from heaven and said unto him, Abraham, Abraham. And he was terrified and said, Behold, here am I. And I said unto him, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything to him. For now I have shown that thou fearest the Lord, and hast not withheld thy son, thy firstborn son, from me. And the prince Mastema was put to shame. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a ram caught by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it for a burnt offering instead of his son. And
Pause
Abraham,
it. Now, this right here, it says Mastema was put to shame. This story right here, I'm not gonna spoil this. Go ahead. I'm not gonna spoil this good stuff with fast. Go ahead. 13.
and Abraham called that place, the Lord hath seen, so that it's said in the mount, the Lord hath seen. That is Mount Sion. And the Lord called Abraham by his name a second time from heaven. So he caused us to appear to speak to him in the name of the Lord.
Pause it.
And
So listen. And he caused us to appear to him. Us. Sounds like Quranic language. Who
yes.
is speaking to Ibrahim from the heavens?
Initially I thought it was an angel. I thought that
It was an
at
angel.
times there was an angel speaking to him, and then at times the Most High was speaking to him.
Read 14 again. Read it slow. It's
And
the
the
angel speaking to him. Listen.
and the Lord called Abraham by his name a second time from heaven. So he calls us to appear to speak to him in the name of the Lord. And he
Right,
said,
right. So like I said about the Quran, they Gabriel came to Muhammad, and sometimes the Most High speak through Gabriel.
right, because
Sometimes is Gabriel talking, and then the Most High, whenever he want to channel, he channel and he start talking through the angel.
right. And is that what's happening in verse 15?
It
Because it
says
says,
he caused us to appear to speak to him in the name of the Lord.
and he said, by myself have I sworn, saith the Lord,
Go down, go down, go down.
because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy beloved son, from me, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And thy seed shall inherit the cities of its enemies, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. and I have shown to all that thou art faithful unto me in all that I have said unto thee. Go in peace.
Keep going down.
And Abraham went to his young men, and they arose and went together to Beersheba.
Pause
And
it. I want to make a point about Bathsheba. Where was Hagar kicked out at? Where did she go?
Beersheba.
Why they going back to Bathsheba? I thought Abraham just let her go.
No, that's his, that's his family.
Let me tell you this.
Mhm.
Do you know, if you read, do you know, remember that well that she saw
Yes.
and miraculously appeared?
Uh-huh.
Abraham, didn't he already built the well there. Before he
Right.
kicked
Here.
out Hagar, he built a well there. He had a dwelling there. You hear
Right.
me?
Right here, right here. And he came to a well of water. So there's the well of water right there.
No. Go down. I'll show you the well. Go down. Look at that. The well of oath.
Uh-huh. And Abraham went to his young men, and they rose and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt by the well of the oath.
The same place he kicked Hagar out.
Mm.
And before Hagar got kicked out, Abraham already built the well there. So she was going to be straight. So Abraham kind of knew she was going to be straight because he already built a well there.
Mm-hmm. And the most high knew. The most high is the best of planners.
Yeah.
So the most high gave Abraham the inspiration.
Yeah, he lived at Beersheba at 1.18. And now let's get back to the point about the Passover. Here we go.
And he celebrated this festival every year, 7 days with joy. And he called it the festival of the Lord, according to the 7 days during which he went and returned in peace. And
Return where? Where did he return? To
he
where?
went and it says he called it the festival of the Lord according to the 7 days during which he went and returned in peace.
Back to Beersheba. That's where he was traveling to. He returned back to Beersheba.
Oh, okay.
Back to the well of oath.
Back to the well of oath. And accordingly,
Beersheba is not Mecca.
no,
Beersheba is Beersheba. Oh, I got plenty of maps. I got some maps.
Oh, okay. And he celebrated this festival every year, 7 days with joy. And he called it the festival of the Lord, according to the 7 days during which he went and returned in peace. Oh, alhamdulillah.
So he would go back and forth to Beersheba, where Hagar was kicked out at.
So I'm sorry. Give me one moment. I'm going to mute myself. One moment.
Yes, he did. Let me see. We're gonna keep. Let me see. I gotta get so I can see people. He said a beautiful example. Yes. Let me put that up. All right, so we see what's going on here. Ibrahim kept the Passover. That was the Passover. It was in the first month, 14th day, 7 days, and Isaac was the sacrificial Passover lamb. He was, I mean, he's not really it, but the lamb was the ram that was in the bush, was the sacrificial lamb. So he did keep the Passover. That means we follow the religion of Abraham, and the Quran says for all mankind to follow the religion of Abraham. So I guess if you're not an Israelite, right there, you got to keep the Passover. You don't have to call it Passover. You could call it what does it say? The Feast of the Lord.
The Feast of the Lord. And then the 7 days is the Feast of Unleavened. That's 7 days. After the Passover, it's the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Feast of Unleavened Bread. So those that are not Israelites, if you gotta, hey, you gotta keep it all. That's why the Quran say keep it all.
Right.
Because Ibrahim did it. Ibrahim was not Israelite. He was not an Israelite. Go to Leviticus 23:5 real quick.
Okay. All right. It says the Passover to the Lord begins at twilight on the 14th day of the fourth. The Passover to the Lord begins at twilight on the 14th day of the first month. On the 15th day of the same month begins the Feast of Unleavened Bread to the Lord. For 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. On the first day you are to hold a sacred assembly. You are not to do any regular work. For 7 days you are to present an offering made by fire to the Lord. On the seventh day there shall be a sacred assembly. You must not do any regular work.
All right. So right there, we have established that Abraham, peace be upon him, kept the Passover. He just called it something different.
Yes,
Same
sir.
time of the year, same festival. So everybody have to keep it. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Makes sense. Just like he was the first to keep the dwelling in the booths. As we read it in Book of Jubilee, where he built the booths for his family and his servants.
That's right.
That was before Israelites.
That's right. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Any questions about that? Concerns about that? Why you take down your own screen? We're not done.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Samara had a good question.
Okay. No, it did not get changed. It's the same thing. It's a 7-day feast. And the ram in the bush was the Passover lamb during the same time. It didn't get changed at all.
I think
The
it just
Most High just gave it to us in a different way, but it's the same exact thing.
right. Yeah, I think it's just the name is called differently because it's called for us. It's called the Passover because that's when the angel of death passed over us.
Yeah.
Um, by engaging in the festival, the angel of death passed over our firstborn.
Just like Isaac was passed over.
Mm.
So it did not really change. And that is a time to do the firstborn sacrifice. That's what he was doing. What they call it what they call it? To redeem your firstborn.
You redeemed his firstborn.
So nothing changed. The religion of Ibrahim did not change.
Mm.
It's the same as that thing. But I'm just saying for non-Israelites, they don't have to say Passover. I mean, if you want to say Passover, you can.
Right, but it's all the same. It's the festival of the Lord, the
Yep.
same thing with the sacrifice and then the 7 days of feasting. Because
Right.
let me ask you a question. Isn't there a verse in Torah that calls the feast of unleavened bread the festival of joy?
I think so. That's a good one. Yes. That's a
Let's
good one. I think it does. I remember that.
see if I can find it.
It's called the Festival of Joy. I remember that. That's a good connection. Good connection. You already got it?
It's in my favorite somewhere. I think I saved it. I'll have to
We'll,
find it.
we'll find it. We'll find it. And if
Okay.
we don't find it, we'll just put it in the Facebook.
Okay.
All right. So next topic. We done with that topic? You got it? No, you good?
Yes, makes sense.
All right. So the next part of this is like where did Prophet Muhammad live? Where did Prophet Muhammad live? All right. So this is the dilemma. The dilemma is, well, it's really not a dilemma. We got things that the Quran says, and then we got things that people wrote, like hadiths, 200, 300, 400 years after Prophet Muhammad died, peace be upon him. And we never really looked into it. We always took the tradition as it is and never really looked into it. The assigned land for the Ishmaelites and the Ketorites was not in southern Arabia. The actual assigned land based off the scriptures. The major trade routes, and I'm gonna show you, the major trade route was not in southern Arabia. It was in northern Arabia. The Arabic language, the Ishmaelites, the Arabic language came from northern Arabia. The Crusades, what were they fighting over, Noah, during the Crusades?
The Holy Land.
They were fighting over Jerusalem.
Yes.
Like I said in Facebook, it didn't say Abraham built the whole house. It says foundation. Foundation is not building the whole house. That's starting it out. Foundation is not building the whole house. You built the foundation. We know Solomon built the whole house. He built the house. So we get lazy and we put everything all together. It says the first sanctuary for mankind was in Becca. And we say, oh, that's Mecca. No, it says Becca. It didn't say Mecca, Becca. Now we say, okay, Becca, that's the Kaaba. It didn't say that was the Kaaba. It said the first sanctuary for mankind. Did Abraham build that? It didn't say Abraham built the first sanctuary for mankind. That's for mankind. That's like we talk about Adam. We're talking about Noah. So they just smash things together and just okay, Becca is Mecca. No, Becca starts with a B. Okay, it's not the same. Kaaba, Becca, not the same. Becca is a place. The Valley of Becca, where we have records that David he traveled through in the scripture, in the Psalms, he traveled through the Valley of Becca. We have that. So we got to start thinking. I mean, this is gonna be hard, but we got to start thinking and really see what's going on. All right, I'm gonna start out. Let's talk about Muhammad. My argument, and I think I'm right. I know I'm right. I ain't gonna say it like that. But my argument is Prophet Muhammad. This is what it is. Prophet Muhammad lived near the people of the book. He lived near the Moabites, the Ammonites. He lived near the Byzantine. He fought the Byzantine Empire. He lived near the trade where everybody was living because he was a prophet, and he lived a little close to Egypt. Damascus, Syria. He lived near that area where everything was going down. All right. And he lived near the Israelites because he's talking to the Israelites. We do have record. The record is coming from the enemy, but we have record of people speaking about Prophet Muhammad earlier than all the records of the quote-unquote Sunnis. And they support the narrative that it was a coalition of Israelites, Ishmaelites, and believers fighting against the Byzantine Empire. And it continued after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, after he passed. And then it kept going. They fought the Crusades, and it kept going and kept going. Now, I'm gonna give y'all some stuff to look at. We're gonna start out with, let me share my screen. We're gonna start out with the trade route. Share my screen. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Here we go. Okay. Let me see. Okay, you need to know about this. This is like the Silk Road. Okay, this goes all the way back to Abraham. This is like the Silk Road. It's called the King's Highway. This was a highway of heavy trade. Noah, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. I want it to be one screen. Is it one? Can y'all see it as one screen? I don't want it to be two screens like that.
Yes, we can see it as one screen.
Good. Okay. Good. All right. Hold on. I missed it. Hold on. Okay. I don't like it like that. All right. The King's Highway. The King's Highway it still exists today. It's paved, but this was a highway where the merchants, Ishmaelite merchants, Keturah merchants, all the merchants, they went from city to city, and it started way up in like Damascus area and went all the way down to Petra. All the way across. Hello?
Should we be seeing slides? Right now,
Yes, you should see slides.
Okay, right now we still see the titles, like this. We just see the
okay,
title.
Let me start over. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Ooh, if I do that, it's done. All right. Let me try this again. I just leave it high. Let's see. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Thank you. Hold on, I want to see it on my side. All right, so you see the title page?
Right now we see the King's Highway slide.
Okay, I'll just do it from the bottom. All right, so now you see the King's Highway. You see it?
Yes.
All right, this is the King's Highway. This is where all the trade went down. The King's Highway right here. The King's Highway was an ancient trade route, a military route, a caravan route. It went all the way into Egypt, all the way from Petra. Petra in the Quran is the rocky track. The rocky track. Petra. All the caravans. This is how people got rich. Solomon, during Solomon's time, Solomon got rich. I will show you a verse where the merchants of Kedar, where they traded with the Israelites, and everybody got rich. Now let's look at this. I'm gonna show you some verses. Now the archaeologists, have found where Sodom and Gomorrah was at. And if you look at this map, you see the Dead Sea. Can you see it, Noah?
Can we make it a little bigger?
I know. Let me see. I want to make. Let me see. I got this new computer. It got like 2 screens on it. Hold on. Can you see that?
Looks like,
What do you
yeah,
see?
I'm looking. Looks like we're looking at the little screen. You have it on the little
Yeah.
screen.
Give me a second.
While you're making it bigger, I can show that verse. I did find that verse.
What verse?
The verse about the verse of joy.
Yes, do that real quick, and then I got my 2 screens on. Let me put on one screen. Display settings. Yeah, show that verse really quick.
Okay. All right. So here it is. It's actually in the book of Jubilee.
Hold on, I gotta share.
I got share. Okay, go ahead.
I gotta share your stuff.
I'll stop sharing.
No. I gotta share your stuff. You gotta wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sharing your screen.
Oh, you're sharing my screen. Okay. Let me know when you're there. Okay. All right. All right. So this is the book of Jubilee, chapter 49. It says, "Remember the commandment which the Lord commanded thee concerning the Passover, that thou wouldst celebrate it in its season on the 14th of the first month, that thou shouldst kill it before it is evening, and they should eat it by night on the evening of the 15th, from the time of the setting of the sun. And on this night, the beginning of the festival, and the beginning of the joy, ye were eating the Passover in Egypt, when all the powers of Mastema had been let loose to slay all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh to the firstborn and captive maidservant in the meal, and the cow." So yeah, so right here, it's called right here the beginning of the joy, the beginning of the festival, the beginning of the joy.
So tell me how that's consistent with the Book of Jubilee.
Well, it's consistent with the book of Jubilee. Well, actually, this is actually from the book of Jubilee, but it's consistent with the verse that we read a little earlier with Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, when that festival was called the Festival of Joy. So then you're seeing right here where it's saying the beginning of the festival and the beginning of the joy. The same terminology is used in the same time frame.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right.
Good deal. I'm gonna try this again.
Okay.
Just give me a second. A second. Yeah, man, I got this 2 screen thing. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it through the window. That might work.
Okay.
All right, what do you see?
Okay, that's much bigger.
Yes, got it. All right. So I'm not gonna start off. I'm just gonna show you. All right, so that's big enough.
Yes.
Sorry, I added a screen. All right, so the King's Highway. Everybody understood what I was saying. Not everybody can look and see the King's Highway. Make sure you remember that. Write it down. Biggest trade. This is where all the caravan, all the stuff happening. even during the time of Ibrahim. All right, the King's Highway. This is how you became rich, by going through this trade route. I think this is it today. It's all paved.
Oh wow.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the King's Highway was an ancient trade route, military route, caravan route. Now, the archaeologists have been searching for, and it's all going to come together. Just stay with me. Searching for Sodom and Gomorrah. It's all going to come together. Sodom and Gomorrah. I want you to look at this map.
Okay.
You got the Dead Sea. This is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is also called the Salt Sea
Mm-hmm.
because it's very salty. The sea is very salty. Then you got the Jordan River. Remember Jesus and John the Baptist, the Jordan River. Remember the children of Israel had to cross the Jordan River.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Sea of Galilee. That's Jesus, right? Jesus was at the Sea of Galilee, and Nazareth is like somewhere over here. And then up above, there's some other stuff up here, but we ain't gonna get into that yet. So they have found a site, and I got articles about it. Then they are like 90 to 100% sure that it was Sodom and Gomorrah. Cities, couple of cities in the plain of Jordan. And these cities were destroyed. You have salt deposits. Remember, what's the name? Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt.
Yes.
Right. Because the salt, the Dead Sea is very salty. Something happened there. All right.
So the Dead Sea is salty, and then okay, and so Sodom and Gomorrah is considered under where at with these dots, the red dots.
All right. Right above the Dead Sea. See this Dead Sea area?
Uh-huh.
Now, let me show you something. I want you, let me see, because I got to go. We're going to go back and forth. Can you go to Genesis 13:10? We're going back and forth because this is how it's going to work. You got to walk with me. Genesis 13:10. Really quickly. 13:10.
Okay. Genesis 13:10. All right.
Stay with me. 13:10. Then I'm gonna go to the Quran and show you in the Quran. 13:10.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right. What does it say at 13:10?
Okay. It says, and Lot looked out and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan, all the way to Zoar, was well watered like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose the whole plain of the Jordan for himself and set out toward the east, and Abram and Lot parted company.
Right. So Lot went to the plain of Jordan. Around Jordan, around that area, correct?
That is correct.
All right. You can start sharing real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something, and then we'll end it off with the Quran. The Quran is going to be like, boom. All right. Let's see. Right there. All right. Now, this is Forbes. This is Forbes. What does that say?
It says new science suggests biblical city of Sodom was smote by an exploding meteor.
All right. We're not going to read all of this, but could you read a little bit of it?
Yes. It says, now research finds that a powerful...
No. New research.
Huh?
It says new research.
New research finds that a powerful air burst from a meteor colliding with the atmosphere may have wiped out a Bronze Age civilization along the north side of the Dead Sea among 3,700 years ago. While the findings came from the excavation of the Tal el Hammam archaeological
Archaeological.
site in Jordan,
Pause
many
it. You see
believe
that? They have an archaeological site that they're digging up stuff, and they found out that these cities got destroyed by a meteorite that just exploded on top of it. You hear that? Jordan, same place was Lot was there. Keep going.
Many believe that the same place was known as Sodom. Yes, as in Sodom and Gomorrah from the Bible, Torah, and Quran. The cities of sin supposedly destroyed with brimstone and fire sent from God.
Archaeologists. You see that? We're dealing with archaeologists. They're digging over there. Go ahead.
Archaeologist Philip J. Sylvie of Trinity Southwest University in Albuquerque has been working with a team that has been excavating the site for over 13 years and presented their report at the annual meeting of the American Schools of Oriental Research.
What did they say? What did sample say? What did sample say?
Samples from the site show that an extremely hot, explosive event leveled an area of almost 200 square miles, including the Middle Gore, a circular plain to the north of the Dead Sea.
Lot went to the plains of Jordan. Keep going.
Not only wiping out 100% of the Middle Bronze Age cities
and that was during that time, that was the Bronze Age. Go ahead.
But also stripping agricultural soils from once fertile fields.
Are we good?
It's an abstract from the conference presentation. The researchers theorized that the intense shock waves from the blast may have covered the area with a superheated brine of Dead Sea anhydride salts.
What did that say? Salt.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's what they found?
That's what they found.
Ooh. Oh, hold on. I gotta say fair use, right? I want fair use. I'm teaching. Fair use. All right.
Okay.
Wow. This is Forbes. This is not, I mean, Forbes is, I guess, is legit.
Right.
Can you give us a little bit more, please?
Okay. The team also says that archaeological evidence shows it took at least 6 centuries for the region to recover and for civilization to return, thanks to the contamination and destruction of the soil.
One more.
The evidence paints a picture of an event similar to the Tunguska incident in 1908, in which a fireball in the sky was followed by explosions and a large swath of Siberian forest was found leveled.
Wow. And we supposed to be scared of the disbelievers. You see what the Lord did? Wow. All right. You don't have to read it all, but everybody got the point, right?
Yes.
Now, that's the area that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Let's go back. I'm going to show you something. I think they found Sodom and Gomorrah, because the Quran tells us to go and see the places that Allah destroyed. You can go and see them, right?
Yes.
Now, we're going to look at the map one more time. And I'm going to show you a verse. Please pay attention. All right. So that's Tal el Hammam. That's it right there. You see it? You see where it's at?
Yes.
Look at some more maps. Now I want to get it. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Now let's go. I want to go back here. All right. I like this, Ray. I didn't make this up, so I had to scratch out some of this stuff. But could you read that?
It says Ishmael and Keturah, and Ishmael and his sons and the sons of Keturah and their sons went together and dwelt from Paran to the entering in of Babylon, and all the land which is towards the east facing the desert. And these mingled with each other, and their name was called Arabs and Ishmaelites. And this is from
All right.
verse. What is this from Genesis?
Now this is Jubilee. All right, right here.
Okay.
We know where Babylon is at. We know where ancient Babylon is at.
Yes.
So we know where Paran is at. But
Uh-huh.
from here all the way over, this belonged to Ishmael. This is where they dwelled, right beside us. Not way down here. They dwelt right beside us. That's why after the Romans whooped our butt, they had to deal with these jokers right here.
Mm.
And these jokers started lining with these jokers, and these jokers started lining with the Persians, and it was a wrap. We'll get into that.
Right. So the area that we're looking at right there that you have circled, that is northern Arabia, correct?
That is northern Arabia. That is where Arabic comes from. Arabic came from Aramaic. It came from the Nabateans. Nabateans, the capital of the Nabateans was Petra. That's where the Ishmaelites and the Ketorites, that's their assigned land. Some of it is steep land, some of it is desert. And they was all up in here with us too. There was some of them living all up here.
All right, because I see, because so Israel is a little further over.
Yeah, Israel's over here on the side.
And then I see also on this map, I see Edom, the land of Edom.
Yeah, Edom was there too. Edom was right there, yeah.
So the Edom there, so there you have it. There you got the Edomites, the Ishmaelites,
the Moabites, the Ammonites.
All of them living in this area. Now, when we say the Moabites and the Ammonites, who are those folks?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Man, that's not, like,
okay. I'll just.
I mean, I barely know who the Israelites are.
Okay, but
we barely know who the Israelites are.
We know who the Ishmaelites and the Edomites are, and the Israelites are. That was my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I just want you to see where they were assigned to live.
Okay.
And that's where they were at. And I'm gonna show you something else. I'm gonna show you the original Arabia. The original Arabia was this little valley right here. You see, Araba Valley. This Araba Valley. The people that lived in the Araba Valley was called the Arabs. Those are the original. I'm talking about original.
All right, and now where is this? Where we're looking at?
This is the Dead Sea.
Okay,
under the Dead Sea. Under the Dead Sea was a valley called Araba.
Okay.
Araba.
Okay, and then there's the land.
They live right beside the Edomites. You hear me?
Yeah, there's the
Edomites. Little valley.
And then I see the land of Canaan.
Land of Canaan, and then you got the what? The King's Highway is gonna come through here. The King's Highway. That's where all the caravans, and that's where everything went down. Now let's go back to Sodom and Gomorrah. Please pay attention, because it's finna get crazy.
Yes. They gave. Oh, there's Beersheba right there. See that?
That's Beersheba.
See that matches all with what we just read, because it said that Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, dwelled in the land of Canaan.
Yes, Jerusalem.
Canaan.
And they have dug the stuff up, and they know they have dug it up. They don't dug up the foundation. They don't went down into the foundation and picked up some wood dating back to Solomon.
And look at there.
They built on top of Solomon's temple. Solomon's temple is buried.
And look. This is just a side note. Look, the Mediterranean Sea.
I got you. I understand. I got you. Now, I want you to go to the Quran. Please pay attention. Please pay attention.
All right.
Because this is gonna hit hard.
Let me share my. Oh.
Where did Prophet Muhammad live? Because they lied on Prophet Muhammad.
Share my screen.
They lied on Prophet Muhammad. Y'all, oof.
All right, you told me to go to the Quran.
Go to the Quran.
Okay.
They done created a whole nother dude. And I'm gonna prove it.
All right.
Go to Quran chapter 37. Please pay attention.
All right.
We know where Lot was at.
Right.
The book of Jubilee said where he was at too. 37. I want you to, we're gonna start at 135. Let me see what's
37.
going on. Please pay
Alright.
attention. Hold on, slow down.
Okay.
No, go up to 133. Please
Okay.
pay attention and read that slow.
Okay. It says,
Listen.
and Lot was one of the messengers.
Teach.
We saved him and his family, all of them, except for an old woman who lagged behind.
Please listen. This Quran is finna hit y'all hard. Here we go.
Then we annihilated the others.
Listen to this. Listen real close. Go ahead.
You passed by them in the morning and at night.
Oh, read that again, please. Read that again. No, read it again. Read it again. Listen.
You passed by them in the morning and at night. Do you not understand?
Boom.
Read it for a third time.
Slow it down.
Let me read
So
it.
Prophet Muhammad, he wake up in the morning and he can see Sodom and Gomorrah. How he's living way in Mecca. And he woke up in the morning and he looked and saw Sodom and Gomorrah. Every morning and every night he saw Sodom and Gomorrah with his own eyes. Do you not understand? You see that angel? That angel put, do you not understand? Because he knew this was gonna happen. That's why they put that in. Do you not understand? So Prophet Muhammad had to live near Sodom and Gomorrah. He never lived in Mecca. They made that mess up. Go ahead.
Can we go back to the map again and look where Sodom and Gomorrah?
I need you to read that again at 137.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read 137. It says,
that's talking about Lot. Lot lived in Jordan. He lived in Jordan. Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed in that plain of Jordan. We know that for a fact. We know this.
All right, I'll read it again. It says, and
wake up in the morning, and that means he lived there. Go ahead.
And Lot was one of the messengers.
Yes, he was.
That's a line right there. That's a whole lesson right there. But we just keep going. We saved him and his family, all of them, except for an old woman who lagged behind. Then we annihilated the others. You passed by them in the morning.
Hold on. Who is you? Who passed by them? Do I pass by him in the morning?
No, Rasulullah Sallam. Peace and blessings be upon him.
He passed by them in the morning.
Passed by him in the morning and at night.
Read that last one.
Do you not understand?
Wow.
Now, can we see that map again? Can we see where he passed by in the morning and at night?
Yeah, he was on that trade. He was a merchant on that trade route. I got you.
Yes, sir.
So that was the biggest trade route. I know it wasn't no trade route. They're down in that desert. Ain't nothing down there. Nobody wants to live down there. There ain't no Israelites living down there. It's hot.
Yes,
it's the middle of nowhere. No Israelite. We like to live in green places.
Let's see where our beloved Rasulullah Sallam passed every morning and at night, according to the Quran.
According to the Quran. And we gonna hit you with wing. I'm not done.
Okay, let me make my screen bigger so I can see this. Okay. Now, can you point out what
hold on. I want to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
Isa lived in look, see the Sea of Galilee right there? In Nazareth, where it says Israel. Nazareth was like where Israel, like close to that area. Sea of Galilee, that's where Isa was preaching and stuff.
Yes.
So the prophet came up close where all the action was at. Ain't nothing going down there in that middle of nowhere. Nothing was popping down there.
Right.
He was fighting the Byzantine Romans. And I'm gonna show you some more. I'm gonna show you.
Right.
And every morning he woke up and he saw that place.
Now, where is it that he woke up in the morning and saw? Can I see that area? Can you point that out again?
Right here. The plain of Jordan. This area, somewhere up in here. Rather he woke up and he was on that caravan going back and forth.
Yes.
He could have been going on it. He could have woke up in the morning and went through the caravan going down to Pedro. But he was up here where Arabic came from. He was up in here.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Sodom and Gomorrah did not happen in Mecca.
Can we see this on the big map of all of Arabia? Can you point it out like that?
What you mean? Dang, I wish. Oh, that was
Like
that was
that
good.
one.
I wish I. Dang, I wish I had a map like that.
What about, can we see it on that map down there? The big one? That one right there, Arabia, the whole outline of it.
Yeah.
I'm just
What you
curious.
talking about this way? Oh yeah, this way. There we go. That's it.
Okay,
I'm
there we
sorry.
go. Now, looking at that map. So this is all of Arabia that we're looking at right here.
Right here.
All right. And that boom. So up there, that little blue area, that is the dead. That is the red, the Dead Sea, correct?
Correct.
So up there is up there. That's where the Sodom and Gomorrah area would be, because the Red Sea is it's salty. Up
Yeah.
there is where Sodom and Gomorrah is.
Correct.
Now, right there to the left, that over there, that's the
That's
peninsula, correct?
Jerusalem. That's Hebron.
Yeah.
That's the Bathsheba. That's all the places that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, went.
Now,
He
can you
came from
go
Or.
down?
Or's right here. He came from Or, and he went all around. Boom. Go ahead.
Now, can you point your pointer to where modern day Mecca is?
And it wasn't even called Mecca during that time. Go ahead. Right here.
Okay. Can you point your pointer to where modern day Medina is?
Right here.
Okay, Yathrib. Okay. Boom. But the where he passed in the morning and at night was where now?
So he saw Sodom and Gomorrah every morning, every night.
Wow.
Where Lot was at.
Mm.
I'm not finished.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not even finished.
Go ahead. I'm muting myself.
All right. Now, I say that it was a coalition. It was a coalition with the Israelites, the believing Ishmaelites, and the believers came together, and we fought against the Byzantine Empire, the hypocrites, disbelievers, and Muhammad was fighting for Jerusalem. He was fighting for all the places that Ibrahim was at when he was here. They created a narrative that it was just his people kicked him out, and then he came back and he was fighting for the Kaaba. That's not what the Quran says. The Quran says he fought the Byzantine Empire. Now, Noor Jihan, could you pull out that what they call it, primary source? It's a primary source, right?
Yes.
Pull out that primary source for me.
Okay, I have it here.
We have people, his enemies now, people from the Byzantine, Armenian, from the, you probably, some of y'all already know this, Armenian that was watching the whole thing and spoke about Prophet Muhammad, spoke about the Israelites during that time and what was going on. And here's a primary source proving that he lived in the north and he didn't live in the south at all. All right.
And can you explain to me what a primary source is for those folks not in there? What's a primary source?
Well, a secondary source like secondhand information. Primary source is like a person that was there during that time.
Okay, thank you for that.
Now, this source right here is from the enemy. It's from his enemy, but it is younger. No, it is older than any of the Sunni sources. Now let's see. And this is a Christian. These are Christians during this time. This is the Christians, and they're telling us what happened, and they speaking about this guy named Prophet Muhammad. And this is a bishop, Armenian bishop. Let's see what he
right.
say.
Here
This
we
is
go.
the real Muhammad, not the fake one that they got y'all playing
All
with.
right. It says here, you want me to read this here in italics, or you want me to come here?
It don't matter. Whatever you want.
All right. It says the elimination of the Sasanian dynasty, which held sway for 542 years, the birth of Muhammad, and the entrance of the sons of Ishmael into the land of Armenia, the death of Heraclius, and the reign of Constantine. Right.
Right. So do it. Heraclius, he was the ruler of the Byzantines during the time of Muhammad. That is a fact. That is the truth.
All right.
All right.
So this is
So
this
this is the
big.
Armenian telling what happened.
All
Listen
right.
to it now. This sounds like this right here. Go sound like some Islamic House of Israel stuff. Go ahead.
All right. It says, I shall discuss the line, the line of the.
I'm just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm sorry. Just go ahead. I should have been quiet.
Oh, that's okay.
This is a
So
Christian.
this is the bishop, the Christian bishop that's talking and narrating this.
Narrator.
Story.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And they're gonna translate it as Jew, but it's Israelite in other translations. Go ahead.
All right. So I'll say Israelite in that area since
Yeah,
we know
it's all right. It's all
in
good.
other sources it's saying Israelite. Okay.
Yeah, go
I
ahead. It's all
shall
good.
discuss the line of the son of Abraham, not the one born of a free woman, but the one born of a serving maid, about whom the quotation from scripture was fully and truthfully fulfilled. His hands will be at everyone, and everyone will have their hands at him.
This is a
Genesis,
Christian source. Keep going.
Genesis 16, 11, 12. 12 peoples representing all the tribes of the Israelite assembled at the city of Edessa.
Now we got to look on the map and find out where the city of Edessa is. The city of Edessa is what is in Turkey, right? Remember the seven in the book of Revelations, the seven churches and all that. We were all up in Turkey. Keep going.
All right. When they saw that the Persian troops,
Yeah, you other translations say Persian. Go ahead.
Persian troops had departed and left the city in peace, they closed the gates and fortified themselves. They refused entry to troops of the Roman lordship. Thus, Heraclius, emperor of the Byzantines, gave the order to besiege it.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
we got Israelites that live in this city, and the Byzantines are going to do what? They're going to siege the last little city that they got. Go ahead.
We're going to
Probably
see.
Esau's followers. Go ahead.
All right. So the Israelites realized that they could not militarily resist him. They promised to make peace. Opening the gates, they went before him, and Heraclius ordered that they should go and stay in their own place. So they departed, taking the road through the desert to Tashkistan, to the sons of Ishmael.
So that's what they call it. You see that? Go ahead. So the Israelites are going to the Ishmaelites. Here we go.
The Israelites called the Arabs to their aid and familiarized them with the relationship that they had through the books of the Old Testament.
What does that mean?
They talked about the similarities in their books.
So the Israelites came down to the Ishmaelites and were like, "Hey, y'all know y'all the sons of Ibrahim." What, try to teach them. Go ahead. What happened? Hello. Go ahead. Hello. We can't hear you. Hello. I don't know what happened.
Supposedly at God's.
Hold on. You got to go back. I didn't hear you.
Okay. Although the Arabs were convinced of their close relationship, they were unable to get a consensus from their multitude, for they were divided from each other by religion.
So what were the Ishmaelites doing?
So the Israelites were at a crossroad where some of them were accepting Islam and some of them.
No. I'm talking about Ishmael.
Israelites doing?
Huh?
Yeah, it says in that period, one of them, a man of the sons of Israel.
Slow down. No, I want us to get an understanding. The Arabs recognized the close relationship, but they were unable to make a consistency because of what? For they
Because
were
some of them
divided.
accepted Islam and some of them did not at
No, I'm
that
talking
time.
about Ishmael. Ishmael was pagan.
Right,
That's why they couldn't understand what the Israelites were saying.
right.
But something's gonna happen. Keep going. In that period.
All right. All right. So they were unable to, for they were divided from each other by religion. In that period, a certain one of them, a man of the sons of Ishmael named Muhammad, a merchant, became prominent. A sermon about the way of truth, supposedly at God's command, was revealed to them. And Muhammad taught them to recognize the God of Abraham, especially since he was informed and knowledgeable about Mosaic history, because the command had come from on high. He ordered them all to assemble together and to unite in faith, abandoning the reverence of vain things.
Mm-hmm.
They turned toward the living God, who had appeared to their father Abraham. Muhammad legislated that they were not to eat carrion, not
Blood.
to, not to drink wine,
Uh-huh.
not to speak falsehoods, and not to commit adultery.
Scroll down.
He said, God promised that country to Abraham and to his son after him for eternity. And what had been promised was fulfilled during that time when God loved Israel. Now, however, you are now, however, you are the sons of Abraham, and God shall fulfill the promise made to Abraham and his son on you.
Mm-hmm.
Only love the God of Abraham and go and take the country which God gave to your father Abraham. No one can successfully resist you in war since God is with you.
Uh-oh. So what was Muhammad fighting? He was fighting for what?
You're fighting for that land, for that
That's
area
right.
that was promised to them.
Just like Moses did.
That's right.
Keep going.
Then all of them assembled together from Havilah to Shur, which is opposite Egypt.
That's the land that they received. Go ahead.
They set out from the Parhan desert. 12 tribes moving in the order of precedence of the houses of the patriarchs of their tribe. They were divided into 12,000 men, of which the sons of Israel were in their own tribes.
Wow. So Israel and Ishmaelites are fighting together against the Byzantine Empire.
1,000 to a tribe to lead them to the country of Israel.
Pause it. They're going to Israel. They're going to Jerusalem to take it all back. Now, those 1,000, right? The 1,000 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
If they accepted Islam, what would they be called?
Muslim.
Muslim what?
Israelites.
Say it again.
Muslim Israelites.
Wow. So Prophet Muhammad has some Muslim Israelites on his side.
Right. Because they Muslim, but then they Israelite.
Wow. So the Muslim Israelite helped establish Islam in the first place. We were there. Correct?
That's correct.
Wow. We were there. Muslim Israelites.
Muslim Israelites was there.
Keep going, Dave.
All right. They were divided into, they traveled army by army in the order of precedence of each patriarch. Naboth, Kedar, Adbil, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Masa, Hadad, Tima, Jatur, Naphish, Kedema. These are the peoples of Ishmael. They reached.
Now, this is deep. This is deep. Go down. This is deep right here. You ready? This is deep. Read that part.
They reached Moabite Rabbath at the borders of Reuben's land. The Byzantine Empire was encamped in Arabia. The Arabs fell upon them suddenly, struck them with the sword, and put to flight Emperor Heraclius' brother Theodosius. Then they turned and encamped in Arabia.
Just like the Quran say, what did he do? He cut at their necks. Keep going. go ahead.
All the remnants of the sons of Israel then assembled and united, becoming a large force.
Wow, they're fighting together. Wow, they're
After
fighting
this,
together.
there we
Go
go.
ahead.
What do the Sunni sources be trying to say? That the Israelites betrayed Rasulullah Sallam.
No, some of them did. Some of them, because the Quran says that some of them wouldn't
Oh,
believe,
some of them
and
did.
some of them was on the side of the Byzantine.
My
Yes,
apologies.
yeah, they all. It wasn't everybody.
Okay, my
We
apologies.
those are probably the Ansar. Those are probably the helpers. Those are
Okay,
probably Issa's followers, the helpers.
my apologies. All right,
Yeah.
all the remnants of the sons of Israel then assembled and united, becoming a large force. After this, they dispatched a message to the Byzantine Empire saying,
What they
God,
say to the Byzantine Empire? What they say to them? Go ahead. El
saying,
Rom. It's a chapter called El Rom in the Quran. Keep going.
saying, God gave that country as the inherited property
Keep going.
of Abraham and of his sons after him. We are the sons of Abraham.
Mm.
It is too much that you hold our country.
Mm.
Leave in peace, and we shall demand from you what you have seized plus interest.
Mm.
The emperor rejected this.
What do you say?
He did not provide a fitting response to the message, but rather said, the country is mine. Your inheritance is the desert.
Wow. Whew.
So,
So
so,
what they do? What the messenger do? Go ahead.
so go in peace to your country. And Hercules started organizing brigades as many as 70,000 troops, giving them as a general a certain one of the faithful eunuchs. He ordered that they were to go to Arabia, stipulating that they were not to engage them in war, but rather to keep on the alert until he could assemble his other troops and send them to help. Now the Byzantines reached the Jordan.
Where did they go? The
Reached the Jordan.
Jordan. Wow, that's where he says that the Prophet Muhammad wake up in the morning time. That's the way he wake up in the morning.
And
I think the Byzantine, the same the people that wrote this, the Byzantine Empire is the same people that had those black portraits. Remember those black portraits we saw?
right, yeah, right,
Same
exactly.
people.
Yeah, the same people.
Go ahead.
Reached the Jordan and crossed into Arabia,
Uh-huh.
leaving their campsite on the riverbank. The Byzantines went on foot to attack the Arabs' camp.
Uh-huh.
The Arabs, however, had placed part of their army in ambuscades here and there, lodging the multitude in dwellings around the camp. Then they drove in herds of camels, which they pinned around.
Hold on, you went out. Pinned around the camp. You went out. Stop reading. We can't hear you. I think we needed a break. Boy, this is good stuff. So while we wait until she come back, the premise of IHOI is no, the Prophet Muhammad that you're talking. No, we was a coalition. We helped build Islam. We were there. We were fighting against the Byzantine Empire, the blurred eye ones, right? Let me stop. Let me slow down. All right, we were fighting against them for Jerusalem, for the house that Ibrahim was the foundation of. Now, it said, and I want to show you something. And we're not done with that now. We got more. Okay. You watch your phone. Okay. All right. It says that they assembled at this place right here. Rabah. Let's go to the map. That's where Muhammad and the Israelites assembled. Rabbah. Let's see where Rabbah is at. Let's see where you at. Where you at, Robert? Where you at? Boom, I circled it. There we go. Jordan River, Sodom and Gomorrah right there. Rabbah is where Prophet Muhammad assembled. He was here and he assembled the people to fight against the Byzantine Empire. Which the Byzantine Empire, they are Romans. They think of themselves as Romans. They are Romans. And you can look that up. You can look up Rabbah on the map. Jordan River, Galilee, it all went down. All right. Okay. 1 second. I want to share a verse. Give me a second. I want to share a verse real quick.
Sorry about
Again,
that.
I'm sharing a verse. Salam alaikum. I'm sharing a verse. Give me a second.
It was long. I was just a reason.
Yeah, you got kicked off. I don't know what happened.
They don't want the truth.
I think that's what happened.
They can't handle the truth. Oh.
All right, let me see. Hold on. I had that verse. Let me see. There we go. Alif Lam Mim. I'll read it. The Byzantines, which is the same as Rome, have been defeated. Now, this is another one. The Romans have been defeated. The Roman Empire, I don't know if it says empire, but the Romans have been defeated. Now, listen to this. 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 You there? I like when you read it. Can you read that real quick? Can you read it? Please, Noah.
Okay.
Can you see it? What
right.
did it say?
It's in the nearest land, but they, after their defeat, will overcome.
Hold on. In the nearest land? That means he lived near to them. If he was in Mecca, that's far.
Right.
Do you know how far Mecca is from the Byzantine Empire?
Right.
Man, about what, 2,000, 3,000 miles? Farther than from here. I'm in Georgia. From here to California. It's farther than that.
Right. And we
They're
already
in the nearest land. So they must live close. They must live close to each other.
Right. And we already know historically that the Romans took over and invaded that land. They invaded Israel because Isa was talking about them, talking about the Romans in his hadiths.
Yes, the Romans took it over. Then the Persians gained power. You never said the Aryans. I mean, not Aryans, but Iranians. The Persians took over. Then the Persians got weak. They started getting weak. And then the Byzantines came back and took it over. And Prophet Muhammad came up and the Israelites came up and we took it back and pushed them back. Then Prophet Muhammad died and the Muslims we just took over everything. And then, we fell off and the hypocrites and the knuckleheads took over and drove us up out of there into Africa. The Ishmaelites and the Israelites, the real ones. So look at that in the nearest land, not in the nearest. It didn't even say in the nearest with EST, and this would say nearer, ER, not even near.
Nearest.
Wow. You want to read a little bit more? You good?
Oh, I mean, I can. You want me to read from the?
Yeah. Did you see? Remember the part where it says they assemble in Rabbah? They assembled at Rabbah.
Rabbah.
Remember when it says that? You remember that?
In the primary source?
Yes. You remember that part?
I don't remember. I can go back.
Go back to that part because I want you to see it. You didn't get to see it.
Give me 1 second. Let me find it.
So all of this kissing the stone and all this stuff. Well, I'm like, where y'all get? That ain't Ibrahim.
Right. Like where is that come? Where did they get that from?
Right.
All right.
And they say we supposed to walk like Muhammad, talk like Muhammad. It says, what did it say? Oh, ye who's wrapped? Did it say, oh, you who's wrapped?
Yeah, or you who is wrapped.
So the people in Saudi Arabia, they don't wear wraps. Prophet Muhammad wore a wrap, like I know Indians wear wraps. Africans, they wrap themselves up. Not all Africans, but like I know the Maasai, they have a wrap. They have like an overcoat that they wrap themselves up, and they walk around with a sword or something, and they wrap. They're not wrapped. The people in Saudi Arabia are not wrapped like the Indian women and the Indian men and some of the Africans.
Those Sudanese, they wrap.
The Sudanese are wrapped. So if we supposed to be walking and talking like Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, why you ain't wrapped? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking, they know what I'm talking about. Why they ain't wrapped?
Right.
He was wrapped.
Oh, you who are wrapped.
I think it's a chapter called that. It says it multiple times.
Right.
So they're not even following the dress code.
Right, but they want to tell other people that they're not following the dress code.
Right.
They want to tell other folks these things. But with that all black burqa and all of that stuff. That sounds like that might have came from the Byzantines. But the Byzantines, weren't they associated with the Greeks?
Yes, the Byzantines, they were Latin, and then they changed their national language to Greek. They changed it to Greek. And I know Alexander the Great, I don't like to say the Great, Alexander. I need to stop. That's crazy. Alexander, him and his boys, they went through not Saudi Arabia. They went through that whole land and they influenced what is it called? Hellenistic. And a lot of that hate for women came from the Hellenistic, came from the Greeks. The Greeks, they hated women. The Greeks, they wore burqas and all that. That's where they got their mess from. And most of the, a lot of the Greeks were, you know what I mean? They were like homosexual.
Right, they didn't like women.
A lot of them like didn't like, yeah. And they were very, yeah. Look it up. Look how the Greeks treated their women. They didn't treat them well.
They didn't like women.
Right. And that spread throughout. Look that up. The Hellenistic throughout the area. A lot of that stuff is not Islam at all. It came from that. Even the dress code and stuff came from the Greeks.
That's deep.
And I know some of this stuff because I am a history. I teach history. I study history. I went to school for history. All right.
You know what's so interesting though? When you mention that, you can see some of that those Hellenistic views popping up in the so-called New Testament, like those Paul letters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can see some of that popping up, like when he said, and I'm just kind of, I don't know the exact verse, but when Paul said to the women, he said to them that they are to be quiet in the church or something like that.
Yeah.
They are to be quiet in the church.
I mean, the thing about it is everybody need to be quiet in the church.
Right.
What if a dude step up and start hollering at the fool? He need to sit his butt down too.
Right.
Like a dude can't get up and at the fool.
Right. But I guess what my takeaway from that verse was he was basically telling the women that there is not their job to like teach or give any religious understanding or talk about the scriptures and things like that, which we know that's not the Israelite way. But we had female messengers in the scriptures.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean, our women was lioness, straight up lioness. That doesn't mean you're masculine. A lioness is not masculine. at all.
Right. And I don't and even the ones who aren't lions, because all of the tribes aren't lion. Did
Yeah.
Deborah, peace be upon her, was she from the tribe of Judah?
You said Deborah?
Uh-huh.
I forgot what tribe. I don't know what tribe she was. I don't remember.
Right. I just think that, I just don't think it's part of our culture to silence a whole group of people and tell them that they can't teach. They can't talk about scriptures.
Yeah, I
That's
agree. I agree.
And like you say, that's nothing to do.
I mean,
That's
I don't believe a woman should be um like her cleavage out teaching or like inappropriate. But
right,
that goes with a man. A man should not have his tank top on teaching.
right.
But y'all got I think y'all got a little bit more than us.
But
A little bit more power.
even when the scriptures talk about the female messengers or teachers, it says that they were pious women, that she was a pious woman, that type of
Correct.
thing. So it
Correct.
already lets us know that she wasn't walking around with everything hanging out talking about teaching somebody. You
Right.
know, it showed, it already talked about that she was pious. That was already understood.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry for going off on a tangent, but
So right.
uh,
We're gonna finish a little bit more of that and we're gonna call it a day.
oh, I'm sorry. You want me to go back to that primary source, correct?
Yeah, we do a little bit more, just a little bit more.
Okay.
And I want you to go to Rabbah.
Rabbah.
I want to show you.
All right, sure.
And that's a place.
All right. So here's the part where they were in the quicksand.
Oh, that's in the Quran. That quicksand part is in the Quran.
Right? Did I read that part, or was I already broken off?
Yeah, you were gone. You were broken off.
Oh, okay.
We never got to that part. But
Oh,
go up there where it talks about. There we go. Right there where it says they reach Moabite Rabbah.
okay.
See that part? These are the people of. We ain't gonna read all of it. I just want you to see that part. These are the people of Ishmael. You see it?
Okay. These are the peoples of Ishmael. They reached Moabite Rabbah at the borders of Reuben's land.
Pause it. All right. Start sharing.
Stop
I
sharing.
just want to show you because you wasn't here.
Okay.
I mean, keep that up now. Just stop sharing.
Okay.
I want to show you the map.
All right.
If I got it up. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. Here we go. You see what I circled? And you can find this on other maps and stuff. And you can look up Rabbah. It was a city. Can you see it?
Okay.
And you can look at the origin of Rabbah and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, I see it right there.
Yeah, that's the city. And near the Jordan River. Remember, it talks about the Jordan. That's where Prophet Muhammad, according to the Byzantine, that's where he assembled his people. And they went to war. You got that land back.
That just goes to show you have to study to show your self-approval.
And you see the valley right there, Arabah. This was Arabia right here. This right here was Arabia. This little valley, that was Arabia during that time. All that other stuff was not called Arabia. Just this little valley right here. And you could look that up. Write that down. Arabah. And you can give you the whole history of Arabah.
And down there, I see. Does that say the wilderness of Quran?
Yeah, Quran. Yeah.
There you go. Wow. That's deep.
Now, I could get with that, Abdullah. He says it's been stories that Muhammad, peace be upon him, lived among the Moabites, if we are not mistaken, with the Moors. I mean, that would be more Moabite territory.
And let me ask you all a question. I don't know if I just asked that or not. Who are the Moabites?
You finna get into some controversial stuff. Let's just move on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why? I just okay.
Nobody knows, or
Okay.
nobody knows who the Moabites are.
Oh,
It's been so long ago. Like I said, we barely know who we are.
oh, okay.
Okay. You gonna read a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day.
All right.
Or do you want to just turn it into a part 2?
I mean, I can read it a little bit more. Then after that, it's gonna have to be a part 2 because we're pretty much giving some background knowledge and background information so that when you come with this other heavy hitter, we got the background knowledge.
That is the big yes. I am saying that Prophet Muhammad lived near that Jordan area, Ishmaelites near the Israelites, and they were fighting for Abraham's land. And now go back and read the Quran. Read about the fights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it wow. The criminals, right? Remember that verse about the criminals?
Right.
Let me stop. Maybe,
Right.
maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's who you find. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, if you go back and read the Quran, and be like, okay, look at these fights. Now I told you that quicksand part is in the Quran. When the earth opened up on them. That is a verse in the Quran about when they ambushed them.
About that quicksand.
Yeah, they ambushed them. There's a verse, they ambushed them. It talks about it just like that. They ambushed them, and in the earth, they fell in the earth. Yeah.
You want me to find it?
No, you good. We'll do part 2 with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jerusalem and Africa. Which one is the motherland? I mean Africa. All right. We come from Africa. Then the boat settled in Turkey. And then Noah got off the boat. And then everybody was there.
So say that again.
Civilization, not civilization. No, civilization. No. But the oldest people are found in Africa. That's where Adam and Eve and everything started. The flood happened. The boat settled in Turkey. And Noah got off the boat. And boom, started civilization. Now you got the Sumer civilization. And everybody was in that area. They said the first civilization was what? The Sumerians, the people of Sumer, the black-haired people. So yeah, Africa is the motherland. Yeah.
So really, if you look at the map, of Africa, it looks like at one point that land was attached. It looks like that. It looks like Israel was a part of Africa.
Yep.
If you look at
But our assigned land, I know it sounds strange, but our assigned land was in the Middle East. But it's all damn, it's jacked up now. The Most High made it like a desolate. It used to be green and stuff. It's all desolate.
so the land of Shem was the Mid East.
Yep.
And then the land of Japheth was like over in the Asia area.
Yeah, but it's all jacked up now. Our land is New Jerusalem. But the IHOI, we are Africans, we are Muslims, we're Israelites too, because the reason why we say we're Africans is because that's one of our homes.
Right.
If we stop there to live for a second, that's one of our homes. We
Because
stop there. Go ahead.
the land of Canaan, is in Africa, correct?
His Africa, Canaan's real land that's belong to him. What I'm
No,
saying is land
saying,
Noah assigned Noah. I'm talking about the beginning. Who's like by the heavenly tablets? Who gets what?
right.
Yeah, Canaan is not supposed to be there.
I'm saying when I'm saying the land, when I'm talking about the land of Canaan, I'm asking about where Prophet Abraham would sojourn into, where he would go into. When it said that he would go into the land of Canaan. Where
No, he was in the Middle East.
okay,
Canaan was there, and it was his land because he like took it.
okay, so the area that Prophet Abraham would sojourn into, that land of Canaan, was the Mid East.
Yeah, yeah. Archaeologists dug it up.
Gotcha.
So New Jerusalem is in Africa. No, New Jerusalem is in the sky. It's coming from the sky, brother. New Jerusalem coming from the sky. Like, I mean, you can get what you can get out of this world, man. Bump this world.
Right. So, okay. But the thing with Africa, we were like we're hanging out, not hanging out, but we're living in that region with like the Israel, that all of that area. And then anytime we got in trouble, we would sojourn, or we would run into Africa,
Into
correct?
Egypt, yeah. Into Egypt.
Run into Egypt. And then from Egypt, from Egypt we ran down into the other parts of Africa, correct? Because at some point, Africa is our home.
Yeah, Africa is one of our homes.
We ran into that, but we didn't run into Africa at the same time. We ran different tribes ran in at different stages, correct?
Yeah, different stages. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. We just call it Africa. We understand that it's not. That's not the real name.
Oh, what's his real name?
Oh, Abdullah put it up. Alkibullah, something like that.
Is the real name is Akabulan?
I mean, I don't know the details. I don't want to speak in that. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we migrated into Africa, but been there for so long.
Gotcha.
I hope y'all did you all like it or learn anything? Hope y'all learned something. Did you learn something, Noah Jihan? I learned something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely learned. I mean, number one, I learned that the Passover is actually a part of the Abraham's religion. Even though it wasn't called the Passover, it was called the Passover when we were in Egypt. But that festival is Abraham's religion, so that means that's for everyone. And then starting to learn where Rasulullah Sallam, hey, lives, and kind of helping to clean up some of that information that we've gotten over the years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty heavy. But it's about to get even heavier. So
What
yeah, I say it's about to get heavier. Now that we see through different sources, including the most important source, the Quran,
uh-huh.
that show where Rasulullah Sallam lived, where he woke up and seen in the morning and the afternoon. And
Mm.
then also we seen today that when Prophet Abraham was over there in that area where Hagar was dropped off, and during that part with with Ishmael and the sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
we see the things that he did and he engaged in, and
Right.
we'll see as we start talking about other things that some things are not matching up.
Right.
Because if we're gonna do what Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, did when he's over there in the region and commemorating the whole thing with the sacrifice,
Yeah.
we pretty much what we're doing during Passover time is pretty much what he was doing.
That's what he was doing.
Sacrificial lamb, and then the feast of joy for the 7 days, the feast of
Yep.
the Lord for 7 days.
Following the religion of Ibrahim.
Or
What they
whatnot.
say? Did you read that?
Hold on, let me make it bigger. It says Arabia and all the princes of Kedar were your customers. They did business with you in lambs, rams, and goats.
See.
The word
Hold on. Well, is that the same one? 28? Is that 28? 28, 21?
2021. All right. It
Oh, that was
says
it the same one? Well, hold on. Why did it? Hold on. Let me see something. No, it was 27. 27. This is Ezekiel now. This is a whole nother. Ezekiel 21. There we go. 22. Could you read 22?
the merchants of Sheba and Ramah traded with you for your merchandise. They exchanged the finest of all kinds of spices and precious stones and gold.
And on the King's Road, that's
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that they traded.
Mm,
That's the stuff that the people traded. It was a big time trade.
mm.
All right. I'm done. If you're done.
Yes.
Awesome song. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna shut it down. And inshallah we'll do this again. Probably a part two because we got a lot more stuff. This is just the prequel to the hard stuff is gonna be a little crazy. All right. But we gotta get through it.
Woo.
So, thank you. Salam alaikum. Thank you, Noor Jihan. You are a wonderful reader and very knowledgeable. And I'm gonna shut it down. Um, we working on the website, getting the website good. The website is gonna be nice. Um, it's all Ramadan is almost over. The next feast is going to be in the 7th month. That's going to be the month of Ethanim, and we'll keep you updated on that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we're out of here. Peace. Salam alaikum. Have a good day.